Hey guys, welcome in for tonight's Truth Talks. It's been a minute. I kind of missed doing my videos, but it's been an amazing weekend. Absolutely amazing weekend. I invested 3 entire days surrounded by other entrepreneurs, other coaches, people of positive influence who are committed to making changes, committed to doing things different. And you guys know that's my groove, that's my people, committed people who are willing to embark on the journey and do the things that they say they want to do to find the change and the results that they say they want to find. So great investment of the weekend. Let's see, so tonight we're going to talk about courage, and this comes as a result of questions that I received after my speaking engagement this weekend at Mogul Empowerment Retreat. And so one of the things that I talked about was how you get over some things. And afterwards people came up and they said, how do you find the courage to share your story in such detail, to be so completely transparent and so completely just blunt about your experiences? And so that's what I want to talk to you guys tonight about, is how the question was, how do you find courage? And I'm going to tell you that you don't, and I'm going to explain to you why you don't find courage. So welcome in, share the video out. For those of you who are new at joining in, you may not know who I am, may not know what Truth Talks is all about, but Truth Talks is real conversations about real stuff that real people are going through. Just that simple. It's a Q&A format, so if you have questions, you can inbox those to me. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Marci Batiste. I am your ultimate power coach, America's #1 reality-based success and recovery trainer, here to help you get over your stumbling blocks, take 100% ownership of your life, relationships, and your business, so that you can truly create a custom-fitted life that you love to live. How do you find courage was the question. How do you find the courage to face your truths? How do you find the courage to share your truths? How do you find the courage to be 100% transparent? And this is what I'm going to tell you guys. If you are out there looking for courage to happen, give it up. Hang in your jersey. Hang it up. This weekend there was an opportunity for a number of people to step outside their comfort zones, to be courageous, to exhibit courage, to share things that they've never shared before in front of people that they don't even know. Hey Angelo, how are you, sweetheart? And so a room full of strangers, I want you guys to picture this, get a visual for it. Room full of strangers, anywhere from 30 to 50 individuals that you don't know, and you're willing to share your truth. That's courage. That's courage. But what I want you to understand is that courage doesn't just happen. So people ask, how do you find courage? And my answer is you don't. You will never find courage. You're not going to just walk down the street and be like, oh, damn, there's some courage. Let me grab that and scoop it up. Take it home with me. Put it in my pocketbook. Throw it in my backpack. Courage doesn't happen that way. Courage is intentional. And a lot of my message yesterday was about your it factor. You are your it factor. That means you are intentional. You are tenacious. You create courage. You create an environment for courage to be present. And so when I say courage is an intentional decision, in other words, when those individuals were faced with an opportunity to either share their truth or just pipe down and keep quiet, they made a conscious, intentional decision to say, you know what? I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to take this risk. I'm going to risk being judged. I'm going to risk being criticized. I'm going to risk being laughed at. And I'm going to speak my truth. I'm going to give voice to my truth. I'm going to give voice to my story. I'm going to give voice to my fears. I'm going to face that. That was an intentional decision. It was a choice that they had to speak up or be quiet. So when you make the decision to do something that's outside your comfort zone, something that makes you stand out, maybe you're used to being in the background, then that's an intentional choice. That is choosing to behave courageously. And I want you guys to understand the difference between act and choice. Intentional, accidental. Like, being courageous is always going to be an intentional decision. It's an intentional choice. Here's why and how it happens, though. Because before you can actually become courageous and choose courage over fear, you have to put yourself in the best possible position to be courageously successful. So you surround yourself with an environment that allows you to be courageous, allows you to safely step outside of your comfort zone, to do things that you've not done before, in front of people that you have never ever met before, right? But again, for instance, using the example of the retreat this weekend, these individuals made a choice weeks, sometimes months ago, that they were going to put themselves in this position to make a change. They were going to put themselves in a room full of people and surround themselves with people, educators, trainers, speakers, coaches, who could give them the best possible chance at success, at being courageous and stepping outside of their comfort zone. I don't ever want you guys to discount someone exhibiting courage, because there are so many people in the world every single day that are faced with the opportunity to exhibit courage, and they choose not to out of fear. And so when someone's willing to step outside that comfort zone, that should be recognized, that should be applauded, it should be rewarded without judgment, right? Surrounding yourself with positive, supportive people is the best way to make sure that that happens. And so I've been posting a lot lately about finding out who's riding for you and who's just along for the ride. Paying attention to who's in your circle so that if the need arises, you know who to square off. Because there are going to be people who want to be in your space, who want to be in your circle, who say that they're down for you, who say that they're riding for you, and they're not. They might be for what you're for. They might be for what you do. They might be for what you can do for them, but they're not for you. And you have to be able to take the blinders off and see that for what it is, and then move to a new space. And so I talk a lot about when you see how they move, you got to move different, right? Everybody who's in your circle is not there for you. They have their own agenda much of the time. And so you put yourself in an environment where people are there to support you, people who are there to have your back. You know, I tell you guys all the time that as a coach, nobody gets, hey Takira, how are you, sweetheart? Nobody gets into the coaching business because we don't want to see you win. Nobody becomes a coach that doesn't want to see their clients be successful. I've done my best when my clients are successful. When my clients win, I win. Just like when I get better, my clients get better because they get a better coach, right? And so that stuff all feeds off of each other, but you have to make sure that your circle says, guess what? I got you, boo. I got your back. I'm going to be here for you. I'm going to support you. I'm for you. I'm not just for what you're for. I'm not for what you can do for me. I'm not just in it and along for the ride. I'm in it for the long haul for you. And surrounding yourselves with positive, supportive individuals who are in it for you makes it possible for you to choose courage. It makes it safe for you to choose courage. But all of that, creating the right circle and then making the choice to be courageous and behave courageously and share courageously are all very intentional. They don't happen by themselves. It's not accidental. I don't want anyone to ever think that you can just like, oh, be in the right place and, oh, courage is just going to pop up and be like, here you go, like Superman and whisk you away. No, it doesn't work that way. I wish it did, because I'd be super cool and the whole world would be a lot more healthy, healed, and whole than it is right now, but it's not. So think about that. The next time you're faced with an opportunity where you can either opt out in fear, or that you can choose to step into your comfort zone. You can choose to step outside of your comfort zone. Sorry, I misspoke. You can either choose to stay in fear, or you can choose to do something different. And it's always going to be choosing to do something different that's going to be the scary part. Fear is actually pretty easy. It's easy to operate in fear because you just do the same things you've always done and you get what you've always got, and you ain't really got to think about it. But choosing courage, choosing to change your circle, choosing to, one of the things we were talking about was hiring a coach. What are some of the benefits? That in and itself is a very, very courageous choice. I was talking to one young lady and she said, I really want to work with you, but I'm scared. And I said, well, what are you scared about? And she was like, I don't really know. I guess I'm scared about having to go back and deal with some of the stuff. And this is what I told her. And I said, I'm going to make sure you have a safe space to be courageous, because we're not going back there to visit. We're going back there to resolve issues. And then once we go back, you never have to go there again. Because her whole thing was, I've done it before. I've went back and forth and I've visited those times in my mind and those places in my life. And all it did was result in pain. And my thing is, you will experience pain in the process of growth and change and separation and transformation. But when you have a coach by your side walking you through the process, it's a once and done. You go back there, we dig through the mess, we dig through the crap, and then we deal with it, and then we move on. We reframe it, and we recreate a new story for you. And so that again is that choice to do something different. It's that intentional decision to exercise courage, because it took a lot of courage then for her to sign up for coaching, right? Because she don't really know me, but she's going to put the faith in the fact that I've got her on this journey, and I'm going to make sure that I have her on this journey. And so creating that safe space for her to exercise courage is what this is all about. So, and then the other thing, before I go tonight, if you guys have questions on the whole courage conversation, feel free to inbox me. If you guys have questions, make sure that you send me an inbox, or you can send me an email at info@ultimatepowercoaching.com. That's always an option. But this is the other thing I don't want to forget. This weekend was the launch of Power Surge 2018. So you guys are going to be seeing lots and lots and lots of stuff about Power Surge. It's going to run from November 1st through January 31st. And right now, if you go to the website, ultimatepowercoaching.com, there is an opportunity for you to lock in your spot for just $250. It's 90 days worth of coaching. It's a group coaching program for 90 days. We're going to cover a whole host of topics. And then right in the middle of it, right when stuff gets good, we're going to jet off to Florida, and we're going to invest 3 days, 2 nights in a one-of-a-kind power mastermind, again in Orlando, Florida. And just to give you guys an idea of some of the stuff we're going to talk about, especially in the mastermind, it's going to be great. 10 times in your marketing without 10 times in your money. Like, who wants to do that? Like, right? Get your marketing right. We're going to talk about how to write, publish, and release your book. So I know there's been lots of questions about author coaching, things like that. So again, there'll be more information posted, but if you want details, go to ultimatepowercoaching.com/power surge, and all the information is there. The link to lock in your spot for $250 is there. If you have questions on any of it, feel free to give me a call, and I will be happy to answer any of your questions. All right, guys, that's it for me for tonight. Enjoy your night. Go out there, be intentional, and be courageous, and I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks for living life on Mars and being part of the Ultimate Power team. I'll talk to you guys later.